Indigo, good morning. Let's do good again today. Hello? Huh? Who could that be? Is Rescue Team Salsa here? That's right. Huh? Wait, aren't you? Flashback time. Please help my friend. Please, I need help.
Forget it. We're not about to work for that.
But my friend needs a gust of wind. Please. I'm trying to make Jumpluff sound a bit like Chikorita from the anime special. I remember now. Jumpluff, we saw you in Pokemon Square. We watched Shiftry agreeing to take you on your rescue job. Yes, but Shiftry, he hasn't come back yet from the rescue mission. Are you serious? Our friend Jumpluff got wedged between some rocks. Wait, our friend. Oh yeah, there are more than two Jumpluff, but still. We Jumpluff can go anywhere if we catch a wind, but... Okay, Jumpluff sounds a bit like Peril now. Even though the skies are filled with thunderclouds, for some odd reason, the winds haven't blown. Not even a breeze? That is strange. Shiftry's leafy fans could whip up powerful winds. We thought Shiftry's wind would be able to dislodge our friend, but Shiftry hasn't returned. It doesn't sound all that challenging of a rescue mission. It is strange. Oh, that's the spirit, Indigo. Your expression tells me already. What expression? They didn't even have a portrait. Okay then, we'll go look for them. Really? Thank you. No problem. You can count on us. Let's go, Indigo. It's like the Indigogos from Majora's Mask. Anyway, greetings, citizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. In the last episode, we rescued Caterpie from Silent Chasm, and in this episode, we're going... No, not from Silent Chasm. In last episode, we rescued Caterpie from Sinister Woods, and in this episode, we're going to rescue Jumpluff from Silent Chasm. We're going to rescue Shiftry from Silent Chasm. Gosh, I can't talk today. Now, I've also decided that instead of just like commentating over when I'm shopping in Pokemon Square, instead I'll speed it up. But first, I'm going to talk to the NPCs. I'm afraid Shiftry's team is always about the money because they're filthy capitalists. They went out on that rescue mission only because Alakazam told them to. I don't think they were very enthusiastic about it. And Stummel's not here, but we heard. I couldn't remember how to do the Kermit voice. Shiftry hasn't returned. I wonder, did Shiftry maybe just run off? Anyway, now I'm gonna go to the montage. Anyway, let's go! Wow, this cliff is steep! Your friend Jumpluff is lost deep in this canyon? Yes, I'm sorry to ask, but please help. Oh, it'll be fine. Let's go, Indigo. Wait. Yes? What is it? There's something I forgot to mention. This canyon is known as the Silent Chasm, but It's rumoured that an amazing monster sleeps here.
A monster?
Well, aren't all Pokemon monsters?
Yes, but it's only folklore.
It's also true that Shiftry hasn't returned.
I just thought I should let you know.
I can't keep a consistent voice for Jumpluff. Sometimes she sounds sad and sometimes she doesn't. Also, I just like how that's the taking damage animation, so it just looks incredibly awkward.
Ow, 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 my stomach, it hurts. Ow, oh, what's wrong? It's my stomach, it's suddenly cramped up. Ow, ow, ow. I think my breakfast was spoiled or something.
What do these Pokemon eat for breakfast anyway?
Say, Indigo, you're feeling sick too, aren't you? Indigo, your stomach hurts too, doesn't it?
Huh? Huh? I'm perfectly fine. I almost gave myself the American accent now.
Huh? What's the matter, Indigo? I need you to back me. If you're my partner, you need to read my cues better.
Why this sudden outburst, Peril? Don't you have a stomachache?
Huh? Yes.
I don't really think that's the right portrait for this, though.
Ow, ow, ow. I guess the cramping settled down.
I still can't laugh on cue.
So anyway, you said there might be a monster. What is it like? I don't know very much.
Oh, I gave a Pearl voice. I don't know very much at all. It is an old folklore. I wouldn't know if it existed or not.
Okay. Well, it can't be helped. Let's just hope that the monster doesn't exist.
My friend Jumpluff should be around the bottom bottom floor. How am I supposed to pronounce that anyway? Please take care.
Okay, gotcha. Let's get going, Indigo.
Now, one of the first things I've got to point out about this dungeon is that there is a Pokemon here named Yanma, and I have a lot of backstory with that Pokemon. For one, I once spent an entire week on looking for one on Route 35 in Pokemon Soul Silver because it has a 1% encounter rate, but I just couldn't, and I couldn't use the Repel trick either because there are other Pokemon on that route that were even higher level than Yanma was, so I ended up just running into loads of Nidorans. But also, the reason why I was looking for a Yanma is because, as you may or may not remember, the mascot of my YouTube channel used to be a Yanma named Leobel, and she had these zigzag stripes in the wings, and the art of her was like really nice and polished. And the reason I chose a Yanma for my mascot on YouTube was because, and I am not joking, I was thinking too hard about the worst game ever 2K to aspire into the Dragonfly at the time. And eventually I realised that Leobel didn't really represent me that well, so I tried to come up with another mascot for myself. So I went for like ideas such as like a Skitty, a Piplup, and a Chinchou. I just couldn't really stick with those ideas, which led to me cancelling a lot of art orders, which led to someone on another website getting mad at me, and eventually I quit that website, but I was already getting bored of it anyway. So that's something I kind of regret. And also, can we just talk about how terrible of a name Yanma is? Oh, here's a Yanma right now. It's just Japanese for big dragonfly. Yeah, it's the same in every language, give or take an extra yarn, except for Korean. And if you want to put into perspective how unoriginal it is, there is a Digimon named Yanmamon, and I know that they had to like have a Pokemon for every letter of the alphabet by Generation 2, which is also how Xatu got its name, or Xatu, not Xatu. But at least Xatu is something creative. Like a Zart is a kind of totem pole, but Yanma is just boring. They could have at least either come up with something better or given the Y to another Pokemon. And in fact, if we recruit a Yanma here, which I'm not really planning on doing, but I'll take the opportunity if I can get it. I'm going to name it Yanmamon. And also, the zigzags on Leobel's wings was supposed to represent the aesthetic of Viva Pinata because it was supposed to represent Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft coming together or something, except I haven't been a gaming channel solely since I've reviewed The Last Wild, which was the second ever video I spoke in. And here is a Weedle. I tend to lose Weedles really quickly. But the problem is, if you have a full party, you can't recruit Pokemon, and I'm going to call you, Barry, because B-movie references are funny. To be honest, I can't hate B-movie for a bit of a stupid reason, because it was the first movie I watched without falling asleep. also, I like how the story makes it seem like these missions take days, like, what's it called again? Shiftry rescuing Jumpler, for example. But then we, the protagonists, get to do them all in one day. I mean, obviously it's for the sake of the gameplay, but it does kind of look rather silly. They don't do this in later games, but in later games they kind of like shy away from there are lots of teams of various kinds in this world. Because like in like both of the 3DS Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, you don't really see any teams apart from your own, pretty much. And also, something else I've been wondering about for a while, is the protagonist of the main Pokemon game supposed to be a prodigy? Because, like, I know obviously this is for gameplay reasons, but I was thinking about how, like, they're all, the lore always says that legendaries are, like, really powerful and uncatchable and stuff, and then you just catch them, which few people ever get to do. And they're also, like, they save the world when they're, like, 11, because that's the confirmed age of Red in Pokemon Red and Blue according to the manual. So that's just a bit of a thought I had. And then they also become champion at a young age as well. That's a good point that I almost forgot about. So what do you think though? Also, I kind of want to get invest in a better microphone. The one I'm using at the moment came from a pair of Turtle Beach headphones that I snapped the connector off, but the microphone still works. And this is a special band. It moves special attack. I think Peril could do it. Peril could do with it. I haven't really been playing much either. And I think I should set Dismukes to go after foes, because he hasn't really done much battling at all. And I'm just going to see, and I can't recruit Yanma because it comes, it lives in Mr. Ice Forest just like Weedle does, and that's one of the ones you get by default. There's also Houndour. I was considering buying Ravaged Field so I could recruit one of these, but because I used Houndour a lot in the last time I played Blue Rescue Team, but I decided in the end to be different, and I got Flyaway Forest instead, and I couldn't afford both. And I'm going to try recruiting this Yanma just so I can name one Yanma on the... As I said, it wasn't something I was desperate to do, something I just imagined doing. Just like I wasn't really and Peril finally learned Metal Claw, and I wasn't really desperate to recruit. Actually, I kind of wasn't really desperate to recruit an Aron. I just kind of, literally the main reason I recruited an Aron is just because I wanted to give it the nickname Dismukes, because references are funny. And I can't switch at the moment because all the other Pokemon are moving, and I'm trying to, as in, like, what I mean is that, like, well, I did intentionally seek out an Aron to recruit, but that was mainly because it would, I wanted to give it the nickname Dismukes, and also I suppose it will come helpful in the post-game for recruiting some of the bosses. Because, spoiler alert, you can recruit certain bosses, just not during the main story, and some bosses only... Okay, well, how it works is that in the post-game you can recruit legendary bosses by fighting them at the end of the dungeon. My commentary's been a bit more coherent, and here is a Trapinch. It lives in a friend area that we don't have, but for some reason I thought I was just checking just in case. And it has an ability called Hypercutter, so you can't lower its attack. And considering the prevalence of Intimidate and Competitive, I'm surprised Hypercutter isn't more widely used, but I suppose all the Pokemon that have it have more exciting abilities, so... The problem with ability distribution is, like, in Generation 3 is it's just really boring because, like, it's like, oh, you're a Grass type, have Chlorophyll. Oh, you're a Pink Pokemon, have Cute Charm, etc. And then there are some abilities that are just kind of, like, a bit unhelpful, like Magma Armor, which prevents the Pokemon from getting frozen, but all the Pokemon have a Fire type, and there is no move that just causes freezing. And then Cute Charm's not very exciting either, but... And then, like, if you're Electric type, have Static. If you're a Fire type, have Magma Armor or Flame Body. And if you're a Poison type, have Poison Point. And it always throws me off that there aren't Pokemon in recent generations that have Poison Point, because in the... Toxapex looks like it should have Poison Point, even though it doesn't. And there's a Power Band. Actually, I think Peril might do better with that because now she has more physical moves. So I'll have the Special Band. I really want to learn a move other than Vine Whip soon, by the way. Aron... One thing I don't like about Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon is that by default on team members, starters moves are turned off because there's a part in the late game where you have yourself your partner, and you get to choose between another ally to have with you. One of the allies has Wish, and the other one has Heal Bell. But if you can't have them use both at once, because if the one you don't have will always have its starters moves turned off, and you won't be able to turn it on. And no matter what, there's bound to be some overlapping types. And oh wait a minute, the stacks can only go up to 99. I forgot. I can't believe I've gotten gravel rocks that quickly. I've never gotten a full stack before. And here's an orange berry, and I've run out of inventory space. I suppose I'll just abandon there. I think I'll give it to Barry, actually. I forgot I named him that. And Bulbasaur resists grass, so I won't like the yellow gummy, but I think Peril wouldn't mind it. IQ is honestly more important for your partners than the hero in this game. It's not like in like Explorers though, which is the last game to have IQ in the second game in the series. Obviously. There are a few IQ skills that are pretty cool and aren't just basic AI things. And some of them only work when the leader has them. I mean, there are some interesting IQ skills later on in the game, but we can't get to them yet. And while I liked how in later games you didn't have to just grind for basic AI functions, such as don't spam moves that have run out of PP, which is something which in this game is mutually exclusive with don't use regular attacks. At the same time, it feels like some of them, like the bodyguard, which is when the Pokemon takes damage for its ally, just feel like they they should be earned because they're nice perks to have, but they're not really essential. And also the reason I was stuck there is because Trapinch has an ability called Arena Trap, which will trap the opponent. Because in this game, if Pokemon has two abilities, it will have both of the abilities at the same time. They changed Disengage to Infinity. Because like it reminds me, like in Explorers, Riolu has two abilities. One of them is the is Steadfast, which prevents which raises the speed if the Pokemon flinches, and the other one is Inner Focus that prevents the Pokemon that prevents the Pokemon from flinching, which is another one of those boring abilities they just gave to everything in Generation 3, like Dragonite and Alakazam, and Synchronize as well. That's the ability they give to all the Psychic types and Umbreon. Oh, level 15. But because of that, they can't act these, and we've got Poison Powder, it causes poisoning. Big surprise there. But anyway, because of how that ability works, the abilities are mutually exclusive, but there is a status condition that only exists in Explorers that can also activate Steadfast, but still, it's really hard to come across. And we're almost at the end of the dungeon. This hasn't been too bad, actually. It's been a lot shorter than the last episode, because I was worried these episodes were going to drag on for too long. You see, it's funny because Charmander is in the Dragon Egg group. Here's a bit of an unpopular opinion. I never thought that Charizard should be a Dragon type, because I have people that complain, oh, it doesn't make sense why it's a flying type, just because it has wings, it looks like a dragon, so it should be a dragon. But let's think about this for a moment. The only fully evolved dragon type in Generation 1 was Dragonite, and that doesn't really look as, and it's a dragon flying type obviously because it flies door. And people are probably going to bring up Doduo and Dodrio now because they're flying types even though they don't fly, but that's just early installment weirdness. But anyway, this is a bit... But anyway, and besides that, Charizard looks a lot more elemental than Dragonite does, because Dragonite's a bit of a generic design, to be perfectly honest. And I'm so glad Peril didn't just die there. And also there's a whole thing about how a Dragon type starter would be too overpowered because Dragon, but Charizard still would have been like weak to ice back then, as well as ground and rock. So I think it was done mainly because like Dragon was a super rare, because Dragon goes to like two types that only belong to one evolutionary line, which is also why which is also my interpretation as to why there was only one Dragon and one Ghost type introduced in Generation 2, because they wanted to keep them being rare types. So if you had it on the starter, it wouldn't feel so rare anymore. And Barry got stuck. We were almost at the end of the dungeon, and we have one Reviver Seed left. So I couldn't recruit a Yanma, but oh well.
Isn't this the place where Jumpler's friend is supposed to be? Oh, hey! We for you. Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine, but...
Great! Your friend is waiting for you.
Shiftry is in the back, and we didn't notice him somehow.
Huh? Shiftry? Let's go. Listen, are you okay? Snap out of it.
As established in Crystal Star Studios' Let's Play of Explorers of Darkness, the characters cannot see things that are just barely off screen.
Ugh, forget about me.
Isn't there some song that goes, "Don't you forget about me," or something?
Get away from here. I sound like Batman.
Get away? What's going on? Why did it turn pitch black?
It's coming. Move aside, you. He dared to disturb my sleep. I have no mercy for meddlers, and that includes you.
Shiftry's gone.
I am Zapdos.
The embodiment of lightning.
If you wish to save Shiftry,
Then scale Mount Thunder.
well then bye, Felicia.
Zapdos? So that's the legendary monster.
By the way, that reminds me, I don't really like how they keep saying legendary Pokemon in Pokemon games nowadays with capital letters, because it just doesn't sound like a natural part of dialogue. It sounds like some kind of trademark that they're contractually obliged to say. Like in Pokemon Sun and Moon, it feels a bit out of place how the Tapus all have their own unique terminology that isn't legendary Pokemon, which makes sense because they're like ingrained in Alola's culture, and then Solgaleo and Lunala are just the legendary Pokemon with capital L, and it just sounds weird. Yay! Saved! I'm so happy! That is totally natural sounding dialogue. What are you talking about? But even though I'm safe, Shiftry is in trouble.
Please tell us exactly what happened.
That doesn't... or is the what's supposed to be emphasised in a sentence? Because that's the only way I can think it makes sense with that punctuation. Yes, Shiftry whipped up winds with his fans. Also, the Jumpler for moving slightly out of time with each other. And released me from between the rocks. But those winds tore a thundercloud in two, because that's exactly how physics works. And that was when that monster appeared in the sky.
That monster? It said it was Zapdos.
Zapdos, and I keep using the wrong voices. Did you say Zapdos? I don't know who actually says. Oh, it's Alakazam. I thought so.
Alakazam?
Zapdos. It's one of the legendary bird Pokemon. I heard it had been sleeping for a long time.
So Shiftry woke it up?
No. Shiftry's winds were only the trigger. To begin with, the absence of winds there was unnatural because that's exactly how physics works. It must have been caused by the rash of natural disasters recently, because natural disasters can do anything apparently. Zapdos is enraged from having been awoken from its sleep. Shiftry must be saved.
But Zapdos won't be that easy. Its electric attacks are wicked nasty.
I know that. We will need to be cautious.
We'll go too. We'll go out help Shiftry.
What? That is dangerous. Zapdos is powerful. It will be too much for your skill level.
Hey, we're not that weak. Besides, Zapdos doesn't scare us, right, Indigo?
Yup, I'm not scared, but I never say yup.
Have you ever been hit with an electric blast? It'll leave you stunned and shaking.
Well, grass resists electric, so no problem.
Zapdos is wickedly tough.
We already said that.
It might gobble you up for a snack. Can you face that?
Well, grass is weak to flying, so...
Nope, no problem. Indigo always does this act.
No, I don't.
It's always a fake stomachache. It bugs me a little. We're a rescue team too. We want to help Shiftry.
Fine. I see that you have courage and power and wisdom, I suppose, but no one really cares about those.
Yes!
Our two teams should make our way separately through Mount Thunder, because we'll always be in competition for you for some reason. We will go when we have geared up for battle. Knowing how strong our opponent is, we have no choice but to be cautious. You should make way for Mount Thunder only when you are fully prepared. Our objective is to rescue Shiftry. Let us find success.
Yes, I'm getting excited over this. Indigo, let's do our best to be best friends and all this other fun stuff.
Rescue team pose. A bit late for that. I do not want to save my adventure. The next morning. Next time in my extremely riveting Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, we shall be going to Mount Thunder to rescue Shiftry. Until then, stay interesting!
Thank you.